magical ride.
Hi, I'm Wayne Goodman and welcome to another episode of Wayne's Wizarding Wonders. On this episode I'm going to be showing you a fantastic effect and one that I'm very, very excited to be showing and performing, and this has gone straight into my actual kid show. This is Sweet Repeat by Grum. Well, here actually it's put down as by Ari Phillips and Mona. Now I spoke to these guys after this. I was so impressed when I received this, I actually felt inclined to phone them up and have a chat with them about it. I'm going to talk about that more in a minute, but before we get into this, let's have a look at a quick performance here in the studio. So again, there's nobody here with me today apart from Tom. Say hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
So we're going to pretend I've got a room full of children here and I'm going to play it as if I'm at an actual kid show. So I've got here, I'm very lucky, I got myself some sweets. I love giving out sweets. Now I was brought up to share. So with my brothers I used to share. I'd go 1 for you, 3 for me. I always used to share my sweets. I always tried to be nice and kind. And these were my favourite because not only do they make this noise when they're in the packet, but they make the same noise on your tongue and then in your brain. They're amazing. I love fizzing whiz bangs and fizzing candy. They are my favourite, and I could never decide which one was my favourite. Sometimes I loved the strawberry flavour. Oh, I did love the strawberry flavour. And then sometimes I loved the chocolate flavour. Oh, I love the chocolate flavour. In fact, I think this one is cola flavour. Oh, it's cola flavour, even better. I thought I had chocolate, it's cola flavour. And then sometimes you get the cherry flavour, and to be honest with you, everything tastes nice when it's cherry. So I like cherry milkshake, cherry flavoured sweets, those little cherries that are cherries. And I like cherries. Cherries are just great. But I managed to get some pocket money that I would get some, and today I'm going to share some of these sweets with some of you if you are good, okay? Now we're going to count them, so maybe this little boy here, maybe you could help me by counting them. So are you ready? We're all going to count together. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, 2 of each flavour. Now I'm going to be a bit honest with you, and I don't want to be a bit rude or anything, but I'm going to take one of the strawberries and I'm going to keep it for me. Okay, just one of them because it's my favourite one. Okay, so I'm going to share the rest of them, but I do want to keep one of them for me. I think that's fair. But you know what's really weird? I've found that the more I help and give other people things, the more I get back in return. Sometimes I give some help to somebody, I might help them with their work, and they give me a nice smile and say thank you, and that's always nice to have. And then sometimes they say, here's a little present for you, or here's £1 million, or here's a yacht. That's never happened. But I'm going to keep this one for me. But when I click my fingers here now, I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what I'm doing, to be fair, I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to give it out. We'll give one of these out to somebody here. So I'll tell you what, we'll do it at the end, but I'm going to put it there so we can give it out at the end, okay? So now we've got rid of 2. So now we had 6 and we've got rid of 2. They sound good, don't they? But I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's pretty cool. I'm going to give them a little cut here because I really quite fancy a chocolate one. So if you don't mind, I'm actually going to take a chocolate one and keep that one for myself as well because I've already got a strawberry one. I'm going to keep a chocolate one as well. So here we go. Oh, who wants one now? Do you want one? Do you want one? Okay, everyone count. Ready? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
Right, that's starting to get really weird now, isn't it? It's starting to get really, really weird. I don't really understand how this is happening, but I'm going to give one of these packets, I'm going to give it to one person here. So I'm going to put that in the prize pot for later on, and then they can have that one. I've still got loads over here anyway, because I've got rid of 4 now, and I've still got 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
6 again. Right, I don't know what's going on here. So I'll tell you what, because they are my absolute favourites and I love them so much, I'm going to take a cherry one and just keep that for myself because I think I've earned it now, haven't I? And I've still got lots to give away here. I can't really believe it because I gave away 5 and I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 again.
6?
This is all getting very, very weird now and I don't really understand what's going on. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to give one of these to one of you so you can have one of them. Okay, and now I've got 3 and there's 3 to give away over here. That's 6, so that must mean I've run out over here. But weird, I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. which is really, really confusing. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give this one to one person here, and I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is starting to really get on my nerves now, because I thought I was going to have, and I've still got this one. This one can be for me, and I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is really confusing me. I've got no idea what is happening. I'll tell you what, this time, why don't we get rid of 2? Yeah, if I get rid of 2 of these, then it means that we've now got 2 gone. Okay, so now we've got 6, we take away 2, that means we're left with
4.
4! Okay, so you could have one, you could have one, you could have one,
4, 5, 6!
Well, I have no idea how you are doing this. I really, really don't. This one is my favourite though. Actually, I'm not sure, because I quite like this one as well. So I might let you have that one. And I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. What are
6.
you doing here? How are you doing this? Because I've got no idea what is happening. We'll try it one last time. One last time. I'm going to put that in the sweet pot. So now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and I don't know how, but over here I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
and they're all full of sweets for everyone to share. I'm going to put these in a pot. I'm going to share them out after the show, but who would like to come up here now and help me with my next trick? Here we go. So this is sweet repeat. Now, the routine on there, I probably did it a little bit too long, but I wanted to go through the full effect because I wanted to get to the end of it. When I've performed this in my kid shows, I do it slightly differently. What I do is I will bring them out. I have them on a little stand. Could you pass me that stand over, please? Just take the book off. Thank you, Tom. So I have one of these little stands, and you can get these from stationery shops, etc. You're supposed to peel off the plastic so it's completely see-through, but I actually quite like it, opaque. And I had them on here like this, just on the side of my box, and I come over and I do it as a bit of a running gag. So I pick it up and I count to the 6, I do it a couple of times, I put it back and I say, I have no idea what's going on with these, I'm going to come back to them later on, do another trick and then come back. And I have a little pot there, a little bucket, and I drop them into the bucket as I'm doing it, so it's filling up, and I said that we're going to share them out at the end. Now these ones, to be fair, you don't have to find the exact same ones anyway, but if you do a search you can find these ones online. You can order them. I found some in a local little like village shop just outside my hometown, and they're about 49. I think they're 49p each, but you get 3 for £1. So I buy 3 of them at a go. They look the same. They're a little bit of a different design, but by the time they go into the kids' party bags at the end of the party, they don't even remember what they look like. It's not important. As magicians, we worry about these things, but I say I'm going to put one in each of your party bags at the end of the party, and at the end of the show, I just give mum or dad a whole stack of them and say, put them into the party bags. They're not exactly the same. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, if you can find the ones that match, and or if you're doing a big show and you want to give them out as you're doing it, you can do that. I felt, as I said at the beginning, I felt inclined to call up Ari Phillips and say to him, this is amazing. I really, really love this. It's so beautifully made. I'm a big fan of the 6-card repeat anyway, and I've got my own version coming out hopefully in 2025, which is very, very different from this. I wanted to do something with sweets, not 6-card repeat necessarily, but I wanted to do something with sweets for my kids show, and I've been working on a few different ideas for that. And then when I saw this, I phoned up Ari and said, I hate you. This is so good. This is brilliant, and it's so well made. And I'm really, really pleased and proud to put this into my own kid show. I think it's amazing. So what do you get? Okay, well, you get a nice box first of all. The box is small. It's not over convoluted. It's a nice little small box. Inside here is the card with the instruction link on it. I'm not going to show you that, obviously. But yeah, that's on there. And then when I'm in my kid show, this goes into the box and is stored inside the box. Reset takes about 30 seconds just to put them back in the right places, and it just works fine. Now, if you keep the right colours and if you know the method, then you'll know. With other versions of 6-card repeat, you have to be a bit careful not to flash the back too much, because you don't want to give away the secret. But in performance, I have no qualms at all of showing the backs of these. They are not going to see the workings at all, and I think it's just brilliant. And like for instance, if I take this one here, I can turn that round and I can show it and I can give it a shake. I mean, that's the craftsmanship. Apparently, they're all handmade. It's just brilliant. It's so lovely. It's a pleasure to hold it and to perform with it, and I know it's going to work. Sometimes I do have to go in and make sure I put out the right one, but it's minimal, and it's also, I'm not worried about it because I'm talking with the kids and I'm interacting with them, and I'm going, oh, should I take a chocolate one? Should I take it? It's not a chocolate, it's a strawberry one. I keep calling it chocolate, but it's actually cola. But it doesn't really matter because they can't read it on there anyway. But I'll go, oh, who likes the chocolate one? Who would like this one over here? And I just make a, you know, and oh, I'm going to have the chocolate one. Who wants chocolate? That's not chocolate, it's strawberry. It's cherry. I didn't think it was cherry. I thought it was it's strawberry. Who said it was chocolate? It's not chocolate. And yeah, all that kind of interaction, all that kind of business is brilliant and so easy because I'm not having to worry about what I'm doing with the cards. I'm just showing them, I'm just performing with them, and so yeah, I really can't praise this enough. This is probably, I'm going to go on a limb here and say, well, not even on a limb, I'm going to go out and just say this. This is one of the best produced kids tricks or family tricks I've seen in a long, long time. And I look at a lot, and I've produced some of my own. And for me, this is beautiful. It properly is stunning. I mean, you've been looking at them, Tom. I think he's eyeing them up. He's going to nick these ones.
Yeah.
But he's not going to. I'm going to hide them away in a minute.
And I hate the premise, the original premise.
You see, I don't get that at all.
I just don't like it. But this, I like. I really like.
And as a running gag through your show, it's just a great way of calling back to a previous moment and calling back to a previous moment. Now, on the presentation I did on the video was actually, I want to get this gentleman's name right. I think it was Magic Carlo, and he's a friend of Ari, and Ari and Mona. Mona as well put a lot of work into this. You can really tell she's done a great job. Both her and Ari have really produced something that's first class here. But they bring on this Magic, I think it's Magic Carlo, I'm pretty sure it is. And Magic Carlo, his presentation is what I did. He did, obviously it's a separate presentation. And for me though, I think it's better. And the difference is with Ari's original routine, you're taking out the cards from behind and dumping them, which means you get rid of one non-real packet and one gimmick, and one normal card, leaving you at the end with 6 gimmicks. Now that's great, and don't get me wrong, that works fine. But the way that Magic Carlo does it is you end up with 6 packets that are all full of sweets, which means if you did want to give them away, you could just throw them out or give them to 6 volunteers or whatever. You could just do that because you're left with no gimmicks in your hand at the end, which is a really nice way of doing it, and the way that I perform it. I think that's better. Even just for dropping them, giving it a shake and dropping it into the bucket really, really works well, because it really, really sells it that they're just normal packets of sweets, because the ones you're left with are. And even there, taking them there onto the table and just dropping them, and these gimmicks are made up now, they're ready to go. I've got no qualms about doing that because nothing is going to happen, nothing's going to be revealed. It's so beautiful. So beautifully produced, amazingly beautifully produced. A great little box, and this stores as their storage, keeps it all nice and tight and concise, goes in my case, takes up no room at all. I'm getting, it's difficult to gauge because I break it up in my performance, but I would say I'm getting between 4 and 8 minutes out of this, which is a big chunk of a kid show. Most of my kid shows are 50 minutes, and then Rocky, so you get an hour. 8 minutes is nearly 10% of my kid show is being done just on this one trick. That is a big chunk, a big amount of time to be spending on one trick. But because of the constant way it works, and that's why 6 card repeat is such a great trick, because it constantly comes back and resets itself and resets itself and resets itself. And you can play it how you want. You can play it as a, you know, you're Willy Wonka and can produce loads of sweets, or you can play it how I play it, where I'm confused and I'm counting them and I'm getting more confused with it. And the more confused I get, the more they shout at me, which is great. But you can play it however you want. This is another one of those tricks where the instructions are great. I mean, the instructions are really well done, and you're going to get full working handling of Ari and Mona's routine, and you're also going to get the full handling and routine by Magic Carlo. The other thing I was going to say is it does open itself up for you guys to, again, I've said this on other videos, add your own personality to it, add your own charisma, your own jokes to it. There's plenty of scope here. The trick is being done. It's almost self-working. Yeah, all you've got to do is remember what you're doing and throwing away. But it's almost self-working, so there's no sleight of hand involved. There's no secret moves really, apart from separating them. So you've got a lot of scope here to do a lot of things. If you want to add your own personality, your own routine, your own jokes to it, then it will almost guarantee to work, because everything here, the mechanics of it are all taken care of for you. This comes in at £39. I think it's 95 or thereabouts. It's under £40. I think it's well worth that. I think that's a great price to pay for such an amazing trick. As Peter has always taught me, the price really is based on how strong a routine it is. So, you know, if you've got a trick that's £10 and the routine is amazing, then that's a bargain. If you've got a trick that's £500 and the routine isn't very good, then the trick is worthless. And I really think that conveys over, especially into the family and the children's market. This is £40, which on the scheme of things compared to other children's tricks is very, very low. With some of my tricks in my show that I bought upwards of, you know, up towards like the £400-500 mark, and yet something here for £40 is really kicking butt in the show and really earning its place. Everything in my show has to earn its place, otherwise it can't stay in the show. I'll try it out, you get a free go, but if you're not pulling your weight, then you're not staying in the show. And this is really severely contending with the big boys. So for me, yeah, this is going to be in my show for a long time, I think, and I think it's just such a beautiful thing to do. It's also great in the family market, because even with adults, if you're doing like a family show or a parlour show, it's really good because the adults will relate to it as well. And there is something about the fizzing candy that it's kind of one of those retro sweets, but it has had a rebrand in recent years. So a 5-year-old today will know what this is, but someone my age, nearly 50, will know what it is as well. And it's one of those sweets that has really come through the generations, and everyone knows it, and pretty much everyone loves popping candy. That feeling on your tongue when it's fizzing, and then in the back of your brain you can hear popping going off. It's amazing. So I think choosing this as a sweet as well to do it with was an amazing and inspired choice. So that's it. That is Sweet Repeat by Grum, by Ari Phillips and Mona. And I just want to say, I spoke to them on the phone. They are a lovely, lovely couple. I had a great chat, about 25-30 minutes with them. I praised it. I told them how proud I was to perform it, how much I loved it. They love to hear that feedback. And I want to say thank you for releasing it, because it is brilliant. It is great. And I know that if you get one of these and check it out, you will love it. Yeah, that's Sweet Repeat. So that's it for this episode. I will see you on another Wayne's Wizarding Wonders coming very, very soon. But until then, look after yourselves and enjoy your magic. Bye for now.